What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Midnight Mod Garage. On tonight's episode, we're going to be replacing the stock IS300 side view mirrors with brand new M3 style motorized mirrors that also have blinkers.
Let's go.
Alright, so this is what we're going to need for tools. We're going to need a voltmeter, we're going to need a socket gun with 10mm, we'll get a whole assortment of bolts, so our wiring stuff, some needle nose pliers, Phillips head screwdriver, gash removal kit, attachments for the wiring. I'm not positive exactly everything we're going to use, but we will tell you as we get into it. We got 2 Phillips head screws. One right here. Michael, give me a magnet. Now stick it up your ass. And the second one's right here. Inside the door handle. It's got this little pop clip shield on it. Let's pop that off. Phillips head screw. Pop the door handle out. About scratching it.
Hey!
So
8 times the charm.
So after some persuasion, that does just come off. Alright, so black one, this white one, and there's a little push doohickey, we got those, and there's one down at the bottom. That holds the courtesy light.
So here we've got to undo the side mirror clips. These are the main bolts that are holding the side mirror into place. You've got this one right here and this one right here. Those are 10mm. So we're going to unclip these.
There we go.
There we go. All right, next we're going to get the 10mm.
Alright, so the bottom 2 10 mils hold in the tweeter. We're going to take those out first so that the mirror doesn't fall.
Even though you have this little plastic doohickey holding the mirror in place, it would be wise to have somebody on the other side just in case. All right, so first we're going to feed the wiring through here, and then we're just going to secure this up for right now. The OEM bolts, which will occur on most cars, are not going to actually fit the aftermarket Ganador M3 style mirrors. So we just use some self-tapping 5/16 head that have built-in washers. They seem to get the job done. So next we're going to finagle, which is a new word that we just learned, to figure out which wires go with what. Because as you'll notice, we have a yellow, a green, a white, a black, a blue, and a white. And then down here we have a white with a black stripe, a blue with hieroglyphics written on it, a pink with a black stripe one, a blue with a yellow stripe, and a white with a red stripe.
What are hieroglyphics?
Hieroglyphics are, that's like how you write your name, like no one can read it. It's like Egyptian handwriting.
It's like hieroglyphics?
Yeah. Alright, so these not only aren't long enough, but they also aren't long enough. There's 3, which makes sense it would be with these 3.
And then there's 2 in the back, which is ground and power. No,
the green and the white ones are in the back.
Probably ground and power.
Which are probably the green and white ones in here.
No, they don't line up. But, so you touch them and I'll put the ACC on them.
I can't reach them from here, so I need a piece of wire stripped, both ends, start. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is just rewiring everything, and then I'm just going to troubleshoot. We know using the voltmeter that this is the power wire. And the rest of these are going to be directional signals, up, down, left, right. So we're going to just troubleshoot until we hit it. Okay, watch for sparks flying. Give me a right. Give me a left.
Left.
Give me an up.
Up.
Okay, it's going up. Give me a down.
Down.
Up and down are working. Alright, go again. Try it right.
Right?
Yeah. Left. Up.
Up.
Stop. these 3 cables. Fair enough. And then, which one is it? Is it green or is it white? Which one goes side to side?
Okay, so we have part of this worked out. Figure the green wire from the stock plug is power, and I've got that running to this yellow wire on the mirror, which is side to side apparently. Forget what they told John's will. Alright, so I got the door all put back together. Now the last step is fitting the window rain guards. And as you can see with these new mirrors, this doesn't actually line up anymore. So these need to have new 3M tape applied anyway. But because they're not going to fit, we're just going to try. See what happens if we snip them down. Alright, we're going to snip these up and see what we got. Alright, so that's the chunk we took off. Trash that. Line these up. Look at that. We're gonna clean these up with alcohol, apply new 3M tape, and these will be good. Alright, so Mike and I just got done having a very amicable conversation about the best way to go about doing the driver's side mirror. The best way we can figure is that this clip that we cut actually powers and grounds the controls to the mirror direction. So what we're going to do with the driver's side is actually cut the clip on this side and then wire it from there. Which should eliminate a great deal of frustration caused between the two of us. So we're about to shake hands and make up, have a shot of some very fine whiskey, and get back to work.
Nothing says friendship like Johnny Walker Blue Label.
Back to the world.
Back to the world.
I'm doing now is trying different combinations to see which combination actually works. The first one I tried, moved the mirror up and down when I used the side-to-side control. So something's backwards. Down, it's moving to the side, all right, here, up. Okay, so this is by far the hardest part. Let me show you. So these 3 wires here control the blinker signal. So, and it's color coded. The black's for ground, as always. The blue is for the blue LED inside the mirror, and the white is obviously for the white one. So being that blue here will get you pulled over, especially since it's a flashing light, very quickly. So we're going to use the white one like we did on the passenger side, and where it needs to go is we need to run it through there, and then it goes through the door loom here, which we're unable to actually do on the passenger side. We had to go just along the outside of it. Alright, so this is how this is done. Actually, it's probably not the way this is done. In fact, there's probably a much simpler way to do this, but if you're down with watching me struggle trying to get this done, and if it's anything like the other side, then you're in for a good time. So what we're going to do is take this thick 12 gauge green wire that's it's like using a coat hanger. We're going to hook this over the wire that we're actually going to use, tie that to that, push this through that rubber grommet on these insulating wire looms to get up and through the firewall, so we can run it to the wire running that powers the blinker up at the front of the car. I've successfully fed the wire through the door, and I've just popped the boot out from the door and out from the side of the car. Alright, so this is through. I'm going to neaten all this up. I'm going to put wire loom on this as well. But if you look under here, see, there's our wire right there. The screen wire is what we need to splice into in order to power the mirror blinker. Here's where the wire needs to be fed through in order to get there. These nifty plastic clips will allow me to splice into the mirror signal wire without needing to snip the wire and strip it back. With the splicing clamp set firmly in place, all that's left to do is plug in the male end and test the blinker. It works. Now I can just tuck the new signal wire away, shut the hood, and get to reassembling the door. After a few days of driving around with the door panel removed, you'll note my excitement as I get the thing locked back into place. Yeah! And just like with the passenger side, the rain guards get modified to fit the new mirror bases. Mike and I have been friends for more than 25 years. Really, we're like brothers. And in true brotherly fashion, we tend to disagree. A lot. We know all of each other's buttons and exactly where to push. Sometimes we curse and shout, sometimes we push and shove, and other times we come to blows. But none of that really matters. We're family, and in the end, we always figure it out. Now I know there are millions of you out there that'll take one look at this footage and say, no, you're doing it all wrong. It's not even that hard, or I could have wired that in an hour. But the show isn't for the electrical engineer or the wiring wizards at your local stereo shop. It's for all the other amateurs out there, just like us. Guys and girls with a testicular fortitude to change or even destroy a perfectly good working part just because there's a newer, cooler, or carbon fiber version available for my year, make, and model. Famous last words, right? And so in the end, we didn't fail. Over many days and nights, we eventually discovered the bullseye formula into forcing a universal aftermarket part into working with a very specific wiring harness, with no info or instructions on whether or not this was even possible. Remember, it was Thomas Edison who once said, "I didn't fail 10,000 times at creating the light bulb. I discovered 10,000 ways you cannot create a light bulb."
And it was also Thomas Edison who said, there is a way to do it better. Find it.
And so with that, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And remember, get in the garage, get dirty, and stay tuned. We'll see you next time.
All right, guys.